Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our April 20th council meeting. Our first order of business is call to order and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 2 on the agenda is the reading of the Sunshine Statement and roll call by Mrs. Lauren Statz, our municipal clerk and registrar.
This meeting of the Dunellen Borough Council is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of April 20th, 2026 was included in a list of meetings that was advertised in the Courier on January 8th, 2026, and as a teleconference was noticed on the official Dunellen website on April 16th, 2026, and on the public bulletin board on North Avenue on April 16th, 2026, and has remained continuously posted. Mayor Salento,
Present.
Council President Lance,
Here.
Mrs. Albertson,
Here.
Mrs. Rios,
Here.
Mr. Scott,
Here.
Mr. Sigmund,
Here.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Here.
Item number 3 on the agenda is a special occasion this evening. We have the swearing in of Patrolman Mr. Hardy. That's why I'm seeing all your wonderful family and friends here. So we do have the resolution. I'm going to ask for a motion and second on it. It's resolution number 146. I'll ask Chief Smith to say a few words, and then we'll do the swearing in. I'm assuming if council approves. So can I have a motion and second on resolution 146?
Move it, Rios.
Second, Sigmund.
Chief Smith? Lieutenant Doherty.
Do you want me to give?
No, I was going to say a few words first. Okay. Ahmad Hardy.
Tonight's newest probationary patrolman for the Dunellen Police Department. A graduate of Union County VOTEC, began his law enforcement career as a juvenile detention officer for Middlesex County before earning his full police certification while working for William Patterson University Police Department. Patrolman Hardy also joins many other Dunellen officers with prior military experience, having served 6 years in the Army National Guard as a fire support specialist. While working for William Patterson, Patrolman Hardy excelled, serving as a field training officer and physical training instructor for new recruits. He is currently pursuing a criminal justice degree and maintains a 4.0 GPA. Today, he's proudly joined by his wife, Tanisa.
Thank you.
And Homer. His son, Max and Hunter, along with numerous family and friends, as we welcome him aboard. Congratulations.
So with that, we have a motion in a second. We'll take a roll call, please.
Then. Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios.
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Hardy. We're going to swear you in. We're joining a very great force, the best in the state, in my point of view. We're happy to have you, and we wish you all the best. God bless you, your safety as you protect our residents. So we're going to do the swearing in now. Okay. This is come on. Sorry. They just gonna hold it. So repeat after me. I, Ahman Hardy,
I, Aman Hardy,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for, my family for coming, all the officers, for my new family, right? My new family to be, but my old family. Just appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
This one is yours. This is yours as well. We're proud of yourself. Thank you. We do forget a photo of that. Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations, son.
Again, we wish you well. God bless you. And we pray for your safety and everyone's safety in here. They serve and protect our community. So let's give a round of applause again for Mr. Hardy and our department. Okay. Well, you're all welcome to stay, but if you have dinner plans, please, if you want to, you can go as well. So don't feel Mr. Hardy, do you want to get a photo of you and your family? Billy, can you get a photo of him and the family? And let us get out of your way. Okay. Next on our agenda is item number 4, the approval of our meeting minutes. We have our regular meeting minutes of April 6, 2026. Can I have a motion and second?
Move it, Rios.
Second, Segment.
Rio Sigmund. Are there any comments, additions, or edits to the meeting minutes as they currently stand? Without hearing any, roll call, please.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios. Yes. Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Item number 5 is introduction of ordinances. This evening, we have an introduction of an ordinance to amend Chapter 180, Library of Part 2, General Legislation of the Borough Code of the Borough of Dunellen. For those who are attending this evening and aren't aware of how this operates, so ordinances are introduced at a meeting. That's what we're hearing tonight is an introduced ordinance. There's no deliberation on it. What happens is that gives the opportunity for council and mayor to observe for the next statutorily 10 days, correct?
Correct.
Okay, these ordinances are placed at the borough's clerk's office, or you can find them online. So the public has an opportunity to review them as well. And then this ordinance will be heard, as an introduced ordinance will be heard at the next subsequent council meeting, which will be May 4th, so long as there's been an opportunity of at least minimum 10 days to be reviewed by mayor and council and public. So that's what we're hearing tonight. So can I have a motion and second on an ordinance to amend Chapter 180, Library of Part 2, General Legislation of the Borough Code of the Borough of Dunellen?
Move it, Rios.
Second, Lamb.
Mr. Robertson, as legal counsel, is there anything on record you'd like to put just as a brief summary?
This is amending, the intention is to amend the existing ordinance and it just specifies some of the statutory requirements with regard to appointment of trustees. Procedure, for example.
Thank you. With that, can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance.
Yes.
Mrs. Rios.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund.
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
I have a broken sheet, it keeps going down. Item number 6 on the agenda is public hearing and adoption of ordinances. This evening, we have ordinances 07 through 10. So what I'm going to do is on the public hearing and adoption, we do a motion and a second that opens the floor to the public to have any comments or questions. And then we would close that and then open it to the mayor and council for discussion. And should it move forward, it would be voted on either up or down or tabled for amendments, which would then lead most likely to another introduction. So can I have a motion and second on 2026-07, ordinance to add new chapter 112 block parties to part 2 general legislation of the Borough Code of the Borough of Dunellen?
Move it, Sigmund.
Second, Rios.
At this moment in time, we'll open the floor to the public for any comments or questions solely on 2026-07. Basically, this is creating a block party ordinance, which we did not have. We had an application and process prior, but it wasn't codified. So that's what this is doing, is codifying that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Without hearing any, we will close that portion to the public on 2026-7 and open the floor to mayor and council for discussion. Without hearing, we will take a roll call.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance.
Yes.
Mrs. Rios.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund.
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Can I have a motion and second on 2026-08, an ordinance to amend chapter 152 film industry of part 2 general legislation of the Borough Code of the Borough of Dunellen?
Move it, Sigmund.
Second, Vandermark.
Before I open to the public, just so the public is aware, basically New Jersey is moving towards becoming the East Coast for the film industry. You might see around that having a lot of success up and down the coast. Dunellen falls within that 30 some odd mile range to attract films being here. We've had a few films filmed here already, but this is amending it after the film commission had ability to review our ordinance that was already on file and make recommended changes, which then would push us towards being fully film ready, and we would be part of their catalog officially. So that's what 2026-08 is. I can note that this does bring economics to the town. It's been done in the past where they filmed and they help support local businesses, plus of course bringing attention to our town. So the floor is open to the public for any comments or questions for 2026-08. I just felt necessary to summarize it before I opened it up to the public. Okay, without hearing any, we'll close that portion to the public for 2026-08. Open the floor to council for discussion. Okay, without hearing any further discussion, we'll take a roll call.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Can I have a motion and second on 2026-09, an ordinance of the Borough of Dunellen in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, adopting an amended and restated Dunellen Downtown Redevelopment Plan, Phase 1.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second, Rios.
For public knowledge and record, before we open up to the public for comment or questions, this is basically amending our current redevelopment plan to bring in the transition area closer to Madison versus the downtown core, which would be mixed use. This allows residential more so and a little bit more of the downtown, because if you view the downtown core as mixed units where you allowed retail on the bottom and residential on top, if that's spread out a mile stretch, you kind of are not really supporting a business climate. You're kind of, I would guess, assume making vacancies in between. So this is creating the opportunity for residential units in the downtown to closer to Madison. So that's what this is about. So opening the floor to the public for any comments or questions to 2026-09. Without hearing any, we will close that portion of the meeting and we'll open the floor to council for discussion. Okay, we will take a roll call, please.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Can we have a motion second on 2026-10, an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bet?
Move it Rios?
Second, Sigmund.
This is common practice for financial reasons to create more in the cap. Mr. Robertson, is there anything additional you want to add so I don't botch that? Okay. Okay, so that's what that's related to.
By statute.
Yeah, by statute, so. Okay, opening the floor to the public for any comments or questions on 2026-10. Okay, without hearing any, we'll close that portion to the public and we'll open the floor to the council. Okay, without hearing any discussion, we will take a roll call.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Abstain position in the fire department.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Okey doke. Item number 7 on the agenda is resolutions. We have resolutions 147 through 153. Mrs. Stats, I ask that you read them out and allow the opportunity for any further discussion by mayor and council.
Resolution number 147 is to pay the bills.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution number 148 is to appoint fire department members.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Albertson?
Lance. Before we vote, I just want to say thank you to Ms. Gonzalez and Ms. Diaz for their volunteering to the fire department. There's a lot of great opportunities for individuals to volunteer in town, and the Dunellen Fire Department is a heroic way of stepping forward and volunteering. So we wish them well. God bless them, and thank you for serving our community.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Abstained due to my position in the fire department.
Mr. Scott,
Abstain position in the fire department.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution number 149 is authorizing the hire of Michael Widmer as Public Works mechanic.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second Rios?
I know Mr. Widmer comes highly recommended by the Superintendent of Public Works, Alex Miller, and our foreman, Richard Herkert. Mr. Miller, I believe you're joining while on vacation, so thank you for your commitment. And do you have anything additional to say about Mr. Widmer and his hiring as Public Works mechanic?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Yeah, Mr. Whitmer, we interviewed 5 candidates. We had 8 candidates that came in. We interviewed 5. We liked what Mr. Whitmer presented to the Public Works Department. He has all the certifications that we're looking for, including where he was working previously or where he's working right now. During snowstorms, he was able to help out with plowing, which is a big asset, which happens in our borough too. When you're in a smaller municipality, you got to be able to wear a couple different hats, whether you're a mechanic or not.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Miller. So if there's no further discussion on Mr. Widmer's qualifications, I ask that we take a roll call, please.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution number 150 is authorizing professional services contract with CME Associates for final design, permitting, bid, and construction phase services for the railroad culvert project.
Move it Rios?
Second, Sigmund.
Okay, speaking on this, this has been a project very much in the long time coming. This is a project that is underneath the railroad embankment off of South Avenue that has been many, many years in the making. And so we're finally seeing the light by awarding this contract. by able to go to the I-Bank within this year and hopefully bid out the project. And Mr. Miller, correct me if I'm wrong, bid out the project in a reasonable time this year so we can get this project moving. There's been some holdups over the years, whether it's been financing or it's been related to permitting through the DEP or the grant extensions, applications, or recently the Greenbrook Flood Control Project not being finished 50 years later, like it should be, and holding this project up. But there's been an arrangement where we can build this culvert project and cap one of the culverts so the flow is at its current capacity, which would technically be improved because one of the culverts is completely collapsed. But they want to make sure the Greenbrook Flood Control Project's done before we open this project to the full capacity to make sure that there's no impact downstream without that project on the north side of town being done. This is going to be instrumental in how we help with flood mitigation in town, especially for those of us who live on the south side of town, where this project being delayed has put a lot of people into a flood zone and a lot of people who don't actually flood. But with this being done and hopefully with the Greenbrook Flood Control Project being done, we'd be able to go back to FEMA, hopefully with congressional assistance, and argue that the flood map should be re-examined and hopefully bring some properties out of the flood zone. So this is a step in the right direction in what has been Mr. Miller, has it been a 15-year project?
At least.
At least.
But
We're very proud that we've been able to, in this term, able to get this moving when there's been a lot of hiccups. It's been a lot of coordinated efforts between our engineers, between the NJDOT, NJ Transit, DEP, any bureaucratic red tape you can think of in this state. And slowly but surely, we've been cutting through it. So hopefully this will make things move much quicker because we're in the final stages of being able to bid this project. That's a very long-winded explanation for why this resolution should be approved. But the history behind this project and where we can fix some things and help some people out, it's instrumental to get this approved. So, Mr. Miller, anything additional?
No, Mayor, you hit it. What you stated was perfect. This, like you said, this is going to trigger the I-Bank and hopefully we get this thing moving.
Amen to that. Okay, council, did we motion?
We did.
Thank you. Well, it's been a day. Any further conversation on this resolution, council? Okay, without hearing any, can we take a roll call, please?
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution number 151 is certifying costs for snow and ice removal, authorizing the same to become a lien on certain properties.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second, Vandermark.
Mr. Miller, do you want to address this as Superintendent of Public Works?
Yes, Mayor. This after the last heavy snowstorm that we received in February 22nd, 23rd, there was multiple locations in the borough that the sidewalks were not cleared. So according to the ordinance, code officials went out and gave summons to the property owners that did not remove the snow from the sidewalk. Once that happened, then we triggered Public Works to go out and clear the sidewalks and make it safe for all the residents.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have to go this route, but there's been many properties that did not abide by the ordinance in cleaning their sidewalks and their adjacent corner ADA ramp. So it's a property owner's obligation. So DPW is able to do it. And this is part of the process in which we recoup those funds from DPW. So without hearing any, we have a motion and a second. We have a roll call, please.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution 152 of the Borough of Dunellen, New Jersey, establishing a sister city relationship with the town of Ziano. How do you say that? Ziano,
Piacentino.
Italy.
Move it, Rios.
Second, Sigmund.
So we have two sister cities currently in Italy, Castel San Giovanni Valtedone and Borgonovo Valtedone, in the Piacenza region. Ziano, which is a city within that region that's an adjacent city to the other two cities, is interested in joining the relationship. And really what sister cities are very ceremonial. It's cultural exchange opportunity that when they visit here, we host them, we give an opportunity to visit the town. And when there's a group that goes over there, like is going over in June, we get to visit for a cultural exchange, visiting with no taxpayer dollars, just for the record. I want that very clear, personal expenses. But it's an opportunity to create cultural exchanges and learn from others who might not necessarily be from here. So Ziano is interested in joining the relationship. So that's what this is. Any discussion on the matter, folks? Okay. Without hearing any roll call, please.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund,
Yes.
and Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Resolution number 153 is authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Borough of Dunellen and the County of Middlesex regarding the installation of flashing beacons at the intersection of New Market Road and Grove Street, including an advanced RRFB on New Market Road and South Washington Avenue and Orange Street.
Move it, Sigmund.
Second, Rios.
So this is a project that we were able to get grant funding from the state, local aid, 170,000. As a resolution noted, it'll be installing the RRFBs that you see in the downtown on South Washington and Orange going into Columbia Park, as well as Grove and New Market by the American Legion crossing that very busy intersection. So this is part of our effort to continue pedestrian and vehicular traffic safety and ensure that people are safe crossing the streets. There will be more RRFBs coming along the way this year, along Washington and Madison at intersections that are very busy, such as Front, Dunellen, and First, and then on Washington towards 4th Street by McCoy Park. So important locations that need the ability for people to cross and traffic to be aware. So, but this is specifically because this is based on a grant for South Washington and Orange and New Market and Grove. Council, any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios. Yes. Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund.
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
I will note for the record, I just want to say thank you to the leadership of Council President Kershaw Idis Lance and Councilman Cole Sigmund for their role on the Mayor's Traffic and Pedestrian Safety Task Force and their advocacy for these things as we install them. So thank you for your work. It's important. Okay, item number 3 on the agenda is a consent agenda. We have items 154 through 156. If council could review if there's an item that you would like us to pull to discuss separately, and then we'll vote on the remainder as a consent agenda.
Move it, Rios.
Oh, well, without hearing any, can we have a motion? A second. Hey, I'm just giving, I want you to have the time.
Second, Sigmund.
Okay, Rio sig.
Rolling it along.
Roll call.
Mrs. Albertson,
Yes.
Mrs. Lance,
Yes.
Mrs. Rios. Yes. Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Sigmund.
Yes.
And Mrs. Vandermark.
Yes.
Okay, item number 9 on the agenda is council reports. Councilwoman Vandermark.
Yes. In the last 2 weeks, the Dunellen Rescue Squad has been able to acquire a third basic life support ambulance, which has now been added to our fleet. This vehicle's intended purpose is to be used as a fire rehab truck for the times when the Dunellen Rescue Squad is called upon to support the operations of the Dunellen Fire Department. And that's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Rios.
Yes, DDMO. We're excited to share the grand opening of the Monmouth Museum, which will take place on May 2nd at 12 p.m. We encourage residents to attend, show their support, and take part in this special milestone. Spring into Wellness is here. Join us on May 3rd at 11 a.m. for Spring into Wellness, a free event filled with demonstrations and classes with local health and fitness organizations. Beginning at 11 a.m., activities will take place throughout the day, ending at 3. This event coincides with the first day of the open air market. After enjoying the wellness activities, head over to downtown Dunellen for Carl's Car Show, which is another free admission event taking place at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You'll have the opportunity to view a variety of vehicles, pick your favorite, and see which car wins most popular. We encourage everyone to come out and enjoy a full day of community activities. Dunellen Police Department. We would like to thank Alex Mann for visiting the Dunellen Police Department. Alex is traveling cross country to show support for law enforcement while spreading awareness about autism. We are proud to be the 528th Police Department on his journey. Alex, we wish you the very best of luck as you continue to travel. And thank you for the important awareness you are bringing to communities across the country. Dunellen Public Library, please visit the library website and Facebook page to stay updated on upcoming programs. We're excited to continue offering some of our classics, our favorite classics, including Dungeons and Dragons, Game Day, Teen Arts and Crafts, and Story Time. If you have suggestions or ideas for new programs you would like to see this summer, please do not hesitate to reach out. We look forward to hearing your ideas and continuing to provide programs that serve our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And yeah, it was great to meet Alex and the awareness he's bringing and how police departments interact with individuals with autism. I know you guys did a great job in speaking with him and chauffeuring him around town all day. So thank you for doing that. We had lunch together. I know you had a great time. And yes, May 2nd is the Monmouth Museum coming into town, opening up. It's going to be a great event. This past, Monday, geez. On Friday, I had the opportunity to be at the Brookdale College for a separate event with the Conference of Mayors. So I moseyed on over to the Monmouth Museum, their location on Brookdale, and it's an interesting spot. So it's exciting that they opened a satellite location here and that we're going to benefit off of that. And again, due to a grant that was in partnership and getting for them to establish that in downtown Dunellen. So thank you for bringing that up. Councilwoman Albertson.
You, as Trina mentioned, Councilwoman Rios mentioned, the open air market starts on May 3rd with the annual collaboration with Downtown Dunellen Management Organization, Spring into Wellness. The market opens at 11. We have over 90 vendors. Stop by and check out all the merchandise, the great food and entertainment. We'll have performance by the Warrior Martial Arts, by Dana Dowling with doing a yoga program, and then local resident Melissa Anthony will be entertaining us with her music. And that's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Council President Lance.
Yes, for recreation. So want to start off by saying good luck to all our spring athletes as their seasons get underway for softball, baseball, tennis, and soccer. Our opening day parade and ceremony took place on Saturday, April 11th. It was a beautiful spring day filled with lots of community spirit and shared love for the game. Players proudly marched to McCoy Park, where they were introduced on the field to kick off the season. Each team participated in an opening day game, along with activities throughout the park and our volunteer cookout. Now, for youth spring tennis registration, the program is open to ages 6 through 17 and will run for 5 weeks, with sessions offered on Saturday mornings or Monday evenings. There's still space available for additional players, and to register, please visit DunellenParksAndRecreation.com. And then there's a Hometown Heroes update. An additional 7 banners have been ordered for the spring and will be installed downtown in May, bringing the total of 132 banners. These banners are expected to last at least 3 years. The DPW has already begun installing banners for the season. And I also have an update from the Mayor's Traffic and Pedestrian Task Force. I'm excited to share that we started up our Walk to School Wednesday initiative again for the spring. This time in partnership with the Board of Ed. And so we were able to work alongside the school's liaison, Beatrice Jimenez, who helped to facilitate this activity. And we were able to distribute about 145 Walk to School Wednesday tickets. The children were really excited about receiving them. They had gotten information about it. They're excited about getting their prize to be announced. And so it's just an initiative again to help promote walking, healthier habits at a young age. And so we're excited to continue for the next 4 weeks. The dates are, I had them. Dates are April 15th, April 22nd, April 29th, and May 6th. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Council President. Councilman Sigmund.
Yes, as we transition fully into spring season, although I think winter came back this week, the Department of Public Works has prioritized our public green spaces. They did a deep cleaning at McCoy and Gavornick Parks and refreshed the McCoy Park dugout with a new coat of paint. The maintenance for the youth sports program, ball fields, is now complete. Mowing and lawn maintenance has officially commenced at all borough properties. The DPW also continues to facilitate curbside pickup of leaf bags and branches to assist residents with their spring yard work. I will say I have sent a lot their way, so thank you. And the DPW continues to maintain a high standard for our business district. In collaboration between infrastructure and community culture, they have successfully installed the mural plaque on the Prospect Avenue Bridge. And they have continued the sweeping schedule of the downtown area along the street. And in line with the proactive flood prevention strategy, crews perform regular inspections of all the local brooks, removing the blockages to ensure proper drainage during the spring rain events or potentially snow events. Routine cleaning and maintenance schedules continue across all borough-owned buildings and facility. And the Board of Education is continuing its efforts to find a new superintendent for our district, and simultaneously they have been working diligently to establish a responsible budget, and the public hearing on the budget will take place May 5th. That will be the opportunity for the public to ask questions, voice their concerns, and ultimately understand the financial situation in our district and how your taxes will be affected. Just for some historical context, the district is legally allowed to raise the tax levy by 39%, and they require a 15% increase in the tax levy to meet the state adequacy requirements. And the board has ultimately landed on a 6% tax levy. And
Okay, thank you. So if the public is not happy with the 6%, May 5th would be the opportunity. You said May 5th, right?
yeah,
Okay. Opportunity to make that known at the Board of Education as they oversee the school and the regulations of the school and the budget of the school. So this year we introduced a 0% increase from the municipal side, flat budget, just so everyone's aware with the same constraints. Councilman.
For buildings and grounds, Public Works prepared both McCoy Park and Gavornick Park in preparation for the baseball and softball opening day ceremony. The borough parking lots, Alex Miller and Rich Herkert met with the contractors and they're getting quotes to mill and pave both the DPW lot and the library parking lot. For planners, Public Works will resume work on completing the Welcome to Dunellen sign on Washington Avenue and on building a new planter at one of the monuments at Washington Park. And for Borough Hall, LTW is expected to return in May to complete the camera security system. I'm sorry, the security camera system. And that is my report.
Okay, thank you. My report, our mayoral town hall, the next one is, well, the first of the year, will take place on this Wednesday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. at the George W. Hodgwick Firehouse located at 231 South Madison Avenue. The Borough of Dunellen, we offer a lot of opportunities to get involved in our community through our various volunteer boards and commissions. Attendees will hear directly from some of our many volunteer groups to learn more about their roles in enhancing our community and how you can get involved to a municipal board or commission. You can join us in person or as we always do, we provide the opportunity for accessibility through joining Zoom. If you're interested in attending, you can RSVP at the tinural.com/town Dunellen Town Hall link, or you can visit us on our website. We have all that information there too. Second Street Phase 2 from Madison Avenue to Washington Avenue. The concrete curbing and sidewalk replacement has continued, along with the rebuilding of multiple catch basins and the installation of new stormwater main at 2 of the basins. And Second Street Phase 2 is additionally another grant that we received from the state that we went after. There's a Phase 3 grant from Madison, Washington to the terminus part of at the Plainfield border. So basically, within the next 2 years, all of Second Street will have been paved with really no taxpayer expense directly from local taxes, because it was all funded through a grant. So infrastructure improvements we're working on without really directly impacting local taxpayer. PSE&G work on Lehigh Street. This is one of those times where sometimes PSE&G rolls up on us a little too late. They wanted to start tomorrow, but we informed them that you can't be doing that. We needed more time, but the urgency to get the project that they're going to be doing before American Water comes back in and repaves, we do need to get the work going. So starting on Wednesday, PSE&G will be working on Lehigh Street between South Madison Avenue and High Street from 9 a.m. after school hours. We made that after school starts, sorry, very clear, until 4 p.m. to repair a faulty gas line. During this time, the road will be closed to traffic. However, sidewalks will remain open for pedestrians, and residents will continue to have access to their homes. So the work is expected to take approximately 10 days to complete, weather permitting, of course. So sorry for the small hiccup and inconvenience, but when they repave the road in the summer, then all the utilities along that area will be improved, which is important. New Market in South Washington pedestrian improvements. So on Tuesday, April 14th, and that's again what we voted on tonight, the resolution. April 14th, CMER engineer, we held a pre-constructive meeting with the contractor, Top Line Construction, along with Captain Beenders, Alex Miller, and myself to review the project timeline, construction process, and safety measures, particularly given that the work will take place at 2 active crossing guard locations. The project includes installation of push-button RFBs at both crossings, which see heavy pedestrian traffic, as well as vehicular. It will also involve removing and replacing sections of sidewalk, along with installing new ADA compliant ramps at the intersections. Notices will be delivered and published once a start date is finalized. However, construction is expected to be completed by the end of June. And again, that's being done by a grant we were able to obtain. Railroad Covert Project. I went over this earlier, but just for the report, the Army Corps of Engineers has confirmed that the modeling shows that downstream system will have sufficient capacity to handle the flows from our project once the construction of the Greenbrook Flood Control Project is complete. The I-Bank, which is a financing mechanism the state provides for municipalities, has requested an engineering agreement for the project, which CME will submit to the borough for approval, which is what happened tonight. This will help position the borough to move forward if additional funding through the I-Bank is needed. We do have the funding in place through bonding and a small grant. The engineering agreement includes the cost proposals for the following: final design plan and specification preparation for the revisions required to address the comments of the NJDEP and bid project, construction cost estimates and schedules, permit resubmission to obtain NJDEP and freehold soil conservation district approvals, New Jersey Infrastructure Bank application reports and submissions to assist the borough with obtaining additional funding for the project, license, site remediation, professional services, bid phases, and then the construction phase. Happy to announce that Dunellen is being awarded tomorrow by the New Jersey Department of Transportation as being a complete street community, and the efforts we've done for pedestrian and vehicular traffic safety. So that's a great award for us. I again want to throw kudos to the Mayor's Traffic and Pedestrian Safety Task Force under the leadership of Council President Chris East Lance and Councilman Cole Sigmund for their advocacy efforts and helping move along, and to your committee moving along some of these projects. So great accomplishment. And we'll be going tomorrow to Rutgers to accept the award on behalf of the Borough of Dunellen, New Jersey's Miracle Mile. So that is it for my report. At this moment in time, item number 10 is council discussion. We have none on the agenda this evening. Item number 11 is department head reports. IT. We're IT-ing, good. Legal,
No report.
music to my ears when legal doesn't have a report. Municipal clerk and registrar.
The county started sending out the mail-in ballots on April 18th, which is 45 days before the election. There's a drop box located at the library for the mail-in ballots if you wish to use it. And the primary election is June 2nd. Districts 1 and 2 are at the senior center. Districts 3 and 6 are at the firehouse, and districts 4 and 5 are at the library. And that's it.
Thank you. And thank you for your work that you do for protecting our elections. And I know you have to wake up early and it's a lot of work on you, but thank you. Lieutenant, anything from PD? Which we're very happy about. Mr. Miller, anything from DPW or administration?
No, nothing to report on, Mayor. Thank
Other
you.
than you're soaking up the sun.
Yes,
So, but thank you again on your vacation for joining us.
of course. Thank you.
Good. It means you're committed. So thank you. Okay, no other department heads are in the audience this evening, and we heard it through the council reports. So item number 12 on the agenda is public comments. We ask that you kindly step up to the microphone, state your name, your residency, and we're here to address your comments, questions, concerns. Or if you got compliments, Doris, we'll take them too.
Doris Magnano, 55 Klein Place, Dunellen. Okay, so ordinance on the books is 2025-10. We've discussed it, Jason and I, and nothing's changed. You told me to call the police when we're in the park walking because it's dangerous for seniors like us. There's other older people walking in the park. There's people with baby carriages. My granddaughter's with us right now with my daughter and her husband. They take the baby to the park every night. And there's on that ordinance, it's e-bikes, motorized scooters, anything electric, not allowed in the park, period, as per Mr. Mayor. And we did call, the police officer came, addressed the situation. And then another night we called, and that was just last Thursday. The two officers showed up and said to the child, "Where's your parents?" "Oh, they're on the other side over there. They were taking pictures." And he proceeded to say, I don't remember his name and I care not to address the officer's name. But he said, "Oh, I'm not walking over there." It was like one of the 90 degrees it spiked to the other day. Remember that one? "Oh, I'm not walking over there." So he never addressed the parents to say, "Hey, this bike is not allowed in the park." He did say to the child, "Oh, where's your helmet?" So, long story short, the next day we go out for our walk because we walk religiously morning and in the afternoon, at night, whatever. Here's the little kid on the bike again, circling around because he picked me out already one other time. He knew that I had called, whatever, as I was told to do. Now he's got his helmet on, but he thinks now because the officer said, "Where's your helmet?" it's okay to ride in Columbia Park. So they're there every night. I was prepping dinner tonight. They took the baby for a walk in the carriage. They're out in the park. Same little kids on the bike. Now he's riding with another kid on the bike with him, which is dangerous, with the helmet on. They're not allowed, period. I'm not yelling at you or whatever. I'm just saying the officers don't get it either, because I know, Jason, you said you were going to address the situation. There's a disconnect between this, Jason, the office of the mayor, and the police department. Because even the policeman that showed up the other night said, "Oh, well, I don't know, our hands are tied. What would you do when you were a little kid?" Hello, if my parents read this ordinance and there's a sign, and that's a little I don't know how to say it. The sign is big that Alex put up, whoever was in charge of getting that sign together. It should have said boldly, none of all the other stuff. It should have probably said, "No e-bikes, nothing electrical," period, on that sign in big bold letters. And it should have had maybe, it says at the way bottom, something about a $500 fine can be given or whatever. And the officer replied when I said, "There's a fine for going against this ordinance." He goes, "Well, they probably wouldn't get it anyway. Maybe they would get a $50 fine." It's my right and everybody else's right to walk in Columbia Park. And now we have to watch when we're walking that we don't get run over by one of these little kids. And I just think it's crazy to say to me that I should call the police department every time I'm in the park, because I could do that every night. And it's the same kids. Today, there was this kid on the bike, the kids on the scooters, and the officer said, well, I don't know how we would do this. Why don't you expect me to chase this child? Well, you didn't have to chase them if you told them and walked over there and addressed the parent and told them it's not even allowed in the park. You had said, period, they're not allowed.
They're not.
But yet, the officers, when you call them, they say, where's your helmet? So the kid comes back with a helmet. So now he's riding willy-nilly around the park with a helmet on. And it's not gonna stop unless, I don't know, something has to be done. Like the officers need to be told, you're in the park, if I call you or someone else calls you, you gotta tell them you're not allowed. Or I had mentioned, how come we can't confiscate these? There's a thing that says e-bikes can be confiscated. And he said, oh, we're not gonna do that. I don't think we're allowed to do that. Everything is like, we can't do it, we're not allowed to do it, but yet there's an ordinance on the books.
Not bothering nobody.
Why do we have an ordinance on the books? And they could still ride around.
And I
So,
know the state put forward legislation to curtail this as well.
and 15 and under, they're not supposed to be on them, period. And this child is not 15. And the other day,
Depends on the electric bike.
well, it says, something says class 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, it depends on the power behind them.
Mhm.
And also, we're not supposed to enforce that until at least July for the state, not the
Yeah.
borough ordinance.
Okay,
State enforcement.
okay, but at least the borough ordinance,
Still working out the legality.
the borough ordinance, we should have something done there,
Thank you for that clarification, Lieutenant.
you know? I know, I saw that. I messaged you
I know,
about that, right? I did say, I know they have until July to comply because they're supposed to have a license, some kind of motorized vehicle, whatever they have to have registered and whatever. But this little kid, he spitefully whipped the bike around in front of me the other day and just stared at me like this, like, lady, what are you gonna do about this? Oh, well, you want me to call the police every night? And I felt bad the other night when I did it again. And he says, oh, you can call me every night. I don't want to call you every night. I want it to be, you have the ordinance on the books, nobody's allowed in the park with them. And I know you mentioned, well, they have, you know, we can't put someone here because we have 2 other parks. The main priority is Columbia. The other 2 parks, we walked and we've ridden by.
They don't have the path.
They don't have the path, and that's
So
why
right
these
now-
kids are riding in Columbia Park by us.
It's like a racetrack.
They think they could just all the time. They're there after school, they're there after dinner, and nobody's policing them and telling them they can't be there. And I feel bad that I'm coming to you and telling you this again, and then I mentioned it to the officer, and he was just, I'm sorry, but he was actually too lazy to walk from this side of the park to over there. Where's your parents? They're right there taking pictures. I'm not walking over there. You should have nipped it right in the bud then and said, this is not allowed in the
Mrs.
park.
McNair, we understand, we hear your concern. I wasn't present.
No, I know.
I
you
can't
weren't
speak to the
present.
circumstances on what the officer said. I understand was your experience. We will address it internally on how officers should be handling this situation. In terms of them being in other parks, I think my point is they can't always be at Columbia. There's a whole town they have to patrol.
Right, I understand that,
So,
but you
but
said
I-
you call them every time, but to me, that's like, oh, here's this lady again, she's calling again.
I mean, I wouldn't think I would hope the officer wouldn't feel that way. It's their job when you call the non-emergency line, which this would be
Right,
not.
that's what I did, the 3,000 number.
It's
yep.
their job to respond, based upon the priority of what calls are coming in. So, again, we will talk internally. So, could you is there a time range that you're seeing a
Oh,
more?
it's right after school up until 7:30 at
Okay.
night.
So we will work with the department to maybe have more frequent, patrols there, which I know they do go through. But they do, they have to
They
lock
have
it.
to actually walk in the. park and
So,
walk
but
around.
also it's if you see something, say something. So Lieutenant is here. He's hearing you directly. He's going to bring this to the chief of the police tomorrow. I'm in the office all day tomorrow. I will ensure this is a conversation that's brought up again.
Okay,
And hopefully we can nip this in the bud because I understand. I mean, I live right by Columbia
I
Park
know.
too. So
but I know you
I,
meant to call, and I didn't go to that walk and talk that day. I was busy doing something. And you go, well, I don't walk in that park for that reason. So, okay, you don't walk in that park, but we live right there and we walk
You
through
can
the
walk,
path
call the police.
and we're right there.
there you go. Thank you.
I don't know, it just seems like it's never gonna change unless it starts with some kind of law enforcement.
Enforcement is always,
We can't put out a newsletter to all these parents of these children that.
Well, it's been in the Dunellen report and it's been frequently posted on social media.
It wasn't in your newsletter. You mentioned you were gonna put it in the newsletter and it wasn't in that one.
It was in a previous one,
It was in a
but
previous.
we can put it again in the Dunellen report. Maybe it's something the mayor's traffic and pedestrian could put a graphic together and put through the
Oh,
school.
that'd be a good thing.
On it?
Yeah.
Just a bit. I'm glad that you mentioned this because this was brought up recently too. And I was speaking with Councilwoman Albertson. She's currently part of the Youth Advisory Board.
Okay.
That works with, high school students who are interested in, again, improving pedestrian traffic safety. And so she, in our conversation, and I don't want to speak on her behalf entirely, but we did talk about having the youth over at the high school do some kind of informational session for their peers so that they're aware, because I don't believe that they are aware. So it's about education too. And I just wanted to at least mention that because there's only but so much we can do when we're passing out newsletters or sending email blasts. Enforcement is a different thing, but education is important for the younger children over at the high school. And so maybe if they know, they didn't know
Yes.
before. And
Some of these kids that are riding aren't even at high school level.
The middle
Right.
The one girl said the one day, oh, I'm in fifth grade, because he had said to her, do you know how to read? Oh, I know how to read. Well, go read the sign. It says right on the sign, you're not allowed. And then they get all huffy. They get all mad at you. It's like, it's not that I don't like children, please. We had 3 of them. But, and we have 4 grandchildren. It's just that it's something that, it's a park, it's a walking park, and it shouldn't be allowed. Someone's gonna get really hurt one day. The
It's
little kid
it's a
was on
safety
that
issue.
go
We
kart.
understand your concern.
Okay.
We do.
Right.
Oh, no, you're good.
You go. All right, thank you.
I've known you for a very long time. We're good.
I know, Jay. Thank you. It
Well, no,
it
and
just seemed
look-
like there was a disconnect between like what you said and went down to their level. And, you know, I just expected more from the officer
If,
that.
and look, if,
you know?
if that is how it's perceived and that's what that's feeling, then I will apologize because the buck stops with me.
Okay, well,
And we will address it again with the department.
Not an email about that. Like,
oh, right.
that
okay.
didn't go far enough. What I'll do is I'll address each station. It's happened during the day, right?
One day it happened during the day and one time it was out.
Well, I'm talking about the incident where you said the officer didn't want to walk.
Oh, right. That was after dinner?
That was 6:30.
That was about 6:30 at night.
I'll make sure I
6:30
address
o'clock at
each
night.
shift personally.
Yeah,
Like you said, those are swift, change of shifts.
Yes.
yeah.
He said that much is the problem there too. He says, because we're people leaving, I'm
Yeah.
coming on and.
But he
Of course,
just
that
came on,
Still
but,
doesn't mean that you shouldn't have done very much job, so I'll make sure I address it with that person.
okay, thank you. I'm just like I said, I don't want to be a hard nose. It's just.
Not being a hard nose, not being a hard nose. We understand,
Thank you.
of course.
Yeah.
It's good to see you here.
No, they said they don't come. Okay.
Well, it's important to be here. So, any other members of the public, questions or comments? We're here to address them. Okay. Anybody online? That comments to you as well? Okay. Without hearing any other comments from the public, we will close that portion of the meeting. Before we adjourn, our next council meeting is May 4th at 7 p.m. That's where our budget will be publicly heard and possibly adopted. Our budget you can find online. There's the presentations there, correct?
Correct.
Beautiful. As well as is it the budget friendly or the full budget to review? Put there. And I also did a short clip highlighting it. So there's transparency and information on it if anybody wants to review it before the next council meeting. So can I have a motion and second on resolution 157 for adjournment?
Move it, Sigmund.
Second. Actually heard Scott first, just by a millisecond. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?